For a while now, I've been going over builds and tier lists and whatnot, talking about what's strong and why it's strong. But I think we should take a little break from that and talk about the whole reason that we play this game in the first place: fun. As a healer, I've used a lot of different skills and classes, and while some things are generally stronger than others, that doesn't mean that they're the most fun. So my name's Doc, and I want to tell you guys about my top 5 favorite ESO healer skill lines that I enjoy using the most. Let's just get right into this. So coming in at number 5, we have siphoning. And some people may be surprised to see this skill line so low. I've said before how much fun a Nightblade healer is and how cool some of these skills are. Those things are all still true. Keep in mind, this is my top 5. So being number 5 means that I still love the skill line. Overall, I find siphoning to be pretty fun and engaging. Skills like siphoning attacks can really help you play a more active role in managing your resources, and skills like Healthy Offering or Soul Siphon just feel satisfying to use. And thematically, all my edgelords out there are probably loving the Blood Mage or Rogue aesthetic or whatever you're going for. And I say edgelords with love, okay? I think it's cool too. I'm the same as you guys. Where this skill line falls a little short for me in comparison to the rest of the list is when you start to optimize it. Fans of the channel may know that a popular strategy to maximize the effectiveness of the Catalyst passive, which grants you ultimate when drinking a potion, is to use the Infuse trait and Potion cooldown enchantment on all 3 of your jewelry pieces. This allows you to pop a potion every 20-ish seconds rather than every 40-ish seconds. Personally, I just don't really enjoy this aspect of the skill line. I don't particularly like being stuck with lower magicka recovery and burning through double the amount of heroism potions for more ultimate. Now, a simple solution to this would, of course, be to simply not do that, but it's not that easy when you're playing content where a couple extra horns or barriers can be the difference between clearing and wiping. Again, not denying that the potion minigame, as I like to call it, can definitely be engaging and interesting to a lot of players. For me though, optimizing this skill line can make it feel not quite as good to play as some of the other skill lines on this list. In the number 4 spot, we have Living Death. Alright, let's get this out of the way right now. I want to get one thing straight. That Resurrection ultimate, literally the coolest ultimate in the entire game, okay? And if you disagree with me, I'm sorry that you're wrong. And in all seriousness though, I really wish Living Death was a stronger skill line because I personally have a lot of fun using it. I do genuinely mean it when I say that that ultimate is seriously so cool to use, and getting that clutch save when everyone goes down is just an indescribable feeling. The rest of the skill line, while thematically one of my favorites in the game, can feel a little underwhelming and inconsistent at times. I feel like the amount of fun I have with the skill line directly correlates to how many corpses are in an encounter. In mob-heavy encounters where there's tons of corpses all over the place, I feel like I can really let loose and use this skill line to its fullest. In encounters where that isn't the case, I don't have quite as much fun using it. Fortunately, this isn't quite as bad since there are ways of creating your own corpses to use, and many skills are still functional without corpses, just not quite as good or fun. Now, don't get it twisted. The skill line is still in the 4th place spot. Whether I have corpses to work with or I have to create my own, I still have a lot of fun with this skill line. The corpse mechanic, while I did mention the drawbacks, is incredibly engaging and interesting to use. I do hope that Zos continues to show some love to this skill line because I think a lot of players would have a lot of fun with it. In our 3rd place spot, we have Green Balance. So with Wardens basically being druids, this skill line has a very strong identity and resonates with a lot of people who love anything related to nature and animals. In that alone, I'll already give it some points, but even if you don't personally identify with the theme like I do, this is still an incredibly fun skill line to use. What I really love about this skill line is how unique each skill is. Sure, you've got your burst heal and your AoE heal, but you've also got a skill that adds healing to your light and heavy attacks. You've got a skill that can heal you or an ally while also applying lifesteal to enemies. You've even got a skill that allows you to grapple to your teammates while healing them. Sure, maybe not all of these skills are used in the meta, but they're fun, and that's what this video is about. And I highly recommend giving some different green balance skills a try. Thing is, though, overall, I just don't vibe with this skill line as much as the couple above it. I can't put my finger on it, but something about this skill line just doesn't quite do it for me. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I still absolutely love this skill line, but I can't deny that the next two, some of the most fun that I've had with ESO. And in that number 2 spot, we have Curative Runiforms. What else is there to say other than this skill line is cool, man? It's really cool. It's so cool, dude. I love it. And I attribute a big part of that to the visuals. Anyone who's used an Arcanist before knows that whoever's in charge of the design and sound of these skills really popped off. I know I've said it like 3 times in 30 seconds, but I really cannot stress how good these skills look and how good they feel too. I know it's not used super commonly in a lot of builds, but seriously, if you've never used that healing beam before, try it. Just once, please. It is so much fun, and it feels so good to use. I know that it drains your Crux, but whatever, right? Speaking of Crux, another thing I really like is the Crux system. With the fullest and utmost respect to my Necro mains out there, managing Crux, in my humble opinion, is just as fun as the Corpse mechanic, while also being much more consistent across all content. It also brings a lot of shielding, and it synergizes with a lot of shield-focused builds, which is pretty unique and an interesting way of supporting your team. Despite how much I love this skill line though, we do still have one more skill line to talk about. So, which one is that? Well, number 1 is Restoring Light. Fans of the channel are probably not surprised to see this skill line placed in the number 1 spot. I have been a Templar main since the day that I started this game, and I will be a Templar main until the day they shut the servers off. Now, I'll be honest, some other people may have ranked Restoring Light way lower in their favorites because they may find the skill line generic or kind of boring to use, and you know what? Those are totally fair criticisms. Restoring Light is incredibly easy to use and doesn't require a very high APM to get the most value out of the skills you can find here. That being said though, one thing you gotta know about me is that I'm a man that appreciates simplicity. Not that I want to just sit there and like hit one button or anything for the entire fight, but more so that I can appreciate the straightforward nature of the skill line. While managing corpses or Crux is super fun and engaging, it can also be equally fun to not have to worry about managing those things. Adding skills like Extended Ritual or Radiant Aura to your skill bar, in my opinion, can really give you peace of mind to focus on things like mechanics, knowing that the long duration of these skills will still provide support in your absence. Of course, it's not just the actual gameplay that makes me love this skill line either, but also the thematic elements. Whether it be Dungeons & Dragons, Baldur's Gate, Dark Souls, or any other RPG, you'll usually spot me playing some sort of cleric or paladin or whatever's closest to those things. The Templar in general feels like a beautiful mix of both of these classes, but Restoring Light just feels like the quintessential cleric skill line, and I absolutely love that about it. I don't know why I've always been so drawn to that kind of class, but I just am. So, for all of these reasons and more, Restoring Light always has and always will be my favorite ESO healer skill line. And I think that about covers it. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, at the end of the day, these are just my opinion, and what's fun or interesting to you is probably different from mine. Speaking of that, let me know what your favorite healer skill line is in ESO. Don't forget to check out the link in the description so you can follow me on stuff and join my Discord server. Before we sign off, I also want to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters Tyler Scott, Dylan Stewart, and Sharni Lee, as well as my YouTube members King Gingy, Durgy, insert username Eric from Ohio, Timeburn, and Malcolm Ewing. Thank you guys for your continued support, and I appreciate it. I think all I've got left to say is that I've been Doc. Take care of yourselves, be good to others, make sure to call a family member today, and I will catch y'all in the next one.